Okay, disclaimer. Until I get to Gildigaron, and all of the videos are going to be weird. What I mean by that, so I had to salvage all of the footage from the stream that kept cutting out. So sadly, I won't be able to truly, what's the word, show the entire stream until I get to Gildigaron, which is when I eventually had enough and just decided I was just gonna record everything. I wasn't really making an effort to. So I had to salvage footage as best I can. Believe me, I tried my best. This until I get to Gildigaron, at the time of recording this message, I don't know what episode that is, but until I get there, the quality will persist. Trust me, there will not be nearly as much cutting and leaving stuff out for the actual recordings. All right. With that being said, enjoy the video. This message will appear at the start of every video where there are problems in that capacity. This is a notice that will only appear in the first episode. I'm going to act like I know a lot of things. That's because I have attempted to play the game before, as you're about to see. Long story short, the part that I'll be playing blind will be quite a ways in. Blind will be in the title of the video where it starts. So like if you're looking for blind reactions or me just learning more bits of the story, by all means skip to that part if the episode's already out. But I actually do make new discoveries as I play through the game again, so you can also do that. Just watch it to its entirety. That's it. Alright, on to the video. Anyway, so now time to explain this project. It's better to show. This is how far I've gotten. Then life got in the way. Then I was debating on what to play the next. And then I realized I never actually beat this game. I had attempted to in the past on stream, but I failed. We're going to fix that. Also, while I was waiting for the video to end, the network went offline. Alright. One thing I'm going to go over before we get started. Control settings. I'm using default controls, but you can freely change the controls to whatever you want. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Oh, I wanted to set it to R. Oh well. You don't have total freedom, but it's something. We're going to start a new game. Now, a little bit of backstory. This game originally came out on the 3DS. I am playing the Nintendo Switch version. Okay. This is the first time this game has been in full English. This is the first time the games have been... Well, this is the first time the voices were in English. So in other words, I can actually show... Well, if... Okay, I'm going to answer that first. Mega Eevee, I will... If I can find someone. If I can find someone willing, I will. Now, I received a Mahana Rider outfit for Naviru as a crossover bonus with Monster Hunter Stories 2. By having save data with Stories 2, you will obtain this. You don't have to beat the game. I barely got got past the intro.
When darkness is born and black dread spreads with fright, the Savior we seek shall respond to our cries. Astride a white dragon, they'll take to the skies. Then blight will recede, and the light will live on. With rider of monsters, and champion of Bond.
Lilia, you know we're not supposed to be here.
I'm sure it was around here. I found a monster egg. You two do want to see a monster egg, right?
I guess.
Ooh. Don't tell me you're scared.
What? No way! I'm gonna be a rider next year. And riders aren't afraid of anything.
Look at you jump. So, you're not scared, huh?
I'm not scared. I just tripped, okay? Huh? What's this?
Hey, come on, Slowpoke. Let's go find that egg. You're not afraid, right? Then prove it.
Okay, let's go.
That's the spirit. Let's split up and search. If you find the egg, whistle. Then we'll meet you there. Okay?
If I were to describe Monster Hunter Stories, it would be a turn-based RPG, but moreover, it's Monster Hunter for kids. Now, we are a unnamed protagonist. No, really. This is someone that doesn't have a canon name. They have no relevance on the plot of Monster Hunter Stories 2, to my knowledge, other than a few Easter eggs and fun facts. But this is an unnamed rider. And fun fact, this rider is 10 years old. Also, hello Fawful, welcome to the stream. So, now it's time for an announcement. I said in the last stream I was going to reveal who the mod was if they were active in the chat for a bit. That didn't happen in this stream. The same goes for this stream. The mod will be announced if they are active for long enough. Since I'm still not 100% sure. Anyway, hello Shovel.
Hey there.
Lillian can be so mean. Huh? Eggs? There's no eggs here. Is there really an egg around here? So, biggest tip I can... anyone who hasn't played a Monster Hunter game before. Gather. You see a collection point, you gather. No reason not to. There is no inventory space in this game. Veteran Monster Hunter players are bound to love that. Oh, they are named? The whistle. It's Lilia signal. Let's go. If you just want to progress the story, just go straight. But I'm going to gather. Veteran Monster Hunter players will notice no inventory space, and they'll bless this game for it. You have to do a lot of collecting. So, why hold it off? Start doing it at the start. You'll be in much less of a rough patch later if you do. Sadly, there's nothing we can do about moving slow in the grass. Wait, it's lagging? Wait, they are? Well, I didn't complete Monster Hunter Stories 2 because I found it boring. Okay.
Hey, over here! Look up there!
I forgot to record this entire time. This is not going to be the next Ni no Kuni incident, I swear.
Wow, it's so pretty!
I wonder what's inside.
I feel like I've seen it before in the Monsterpedia. Oh, let's hatch it and find out!
But we can't. Only a rider with a kinship stone can do that, right?
So let's become riders then.
Become riders? How are we supposed to do that?
Here! We'll do the rite of kinship ourselves. First, hold up your kinship stone.
These are just regular rocks.
Hey, pay attention. This is a sacred ritual. Be respectful.
Whatever you say.
Next, we formally introduce ourselves. Now, tell the egg your name.
So, all this time, I thought this person didn't have a name. Okay, body type. In the original, you could not change this. You can in this game, though. I'm gonna start as I always do. This is essentially just character creation. Nothing you do here is permanent. It'll tell you when you're about to do something permanent. There is always a way to change it. If only I could make my skin color blue. Yes, that is a legitimate thing I want to do. For no other reason than it's weird. Alright.
Oh, sacred kinship stone, bind thyself to this young spirit. Rebirth is nigh. Now unleash your cry.
Okay, I can't get over the fact that Lilia is the only one with a smile on their face. Everyone else is just
No
playing
go,
the
huh?
straight man.
Well, it's not like it was the real ritual.
Huh?
Well, maybe that'll be for when I play Stories 2 on stream.
Wow! It's the king of the skies, Arapalos!
Whoa! We really
sure it's Mama, don't you, Ratha?
Ratha?
Ratha. Ratha the Rathalos.
Okay. Yeah, expect these loading screens a lot. This did used to be a 3DS game. Welcome to Hockham Village. Progressing the story. Just like in Xenoblade, there are quests you have to complete to progress the story. There are objective markers, and then there's just speaking to characters. A red speech bubble means it's story related. Usually, just by approaching them, the event will begin.
Aw, little baby still can't fly properly.
He's pretty big for a baby, isn't he?
Hey! You little brats! You broke the rider's code and entered the forest? Punishments all around then.
What?
You're finally home, Cheval. I was so worried about you.
Mom, I'm really sorry.
You even caused trouble for Dan. Go and apologize to Chief Omna. You'll do that, and then come straight back for dinner. I'll be...
What would you have done if a fully grown Rathalos had shown up?
That was accidental.
Just thinking about it sends chills up my spine. You were in real danger. Right. We're going to see Chief Omna. You three, follow me.
So, I would just like to point out, before we really get into the action, if you want to try out this game for yourself, it doesn't matter which version, there is a demo of this game on the Nintendo eShop. And this would normally be the part where I say, the demo is not good at showing you what the game it has in store. No, it's actually really good at this. The demo allows you to play all the way up until the first major boss, which is a lot more than people realize. Like, we're talking maybe 3 hours of gameplay, as opposed to the usual 15 minutes of gameplay you would normally get from a demo. If you want to know if you like this game, try the demo. Seriously, it's one of the few times I can recommend a demo. Also, sure, Mega Eevee, I'm curious. And by the way, Fawful, about your earlier remark, it could be you. The current mod I have in mind, I'm just not 100% sure about because they're not really here most of the time.
Well, the children are safe and sound. There's no point getting tightly wound. They'll have more than enough time to reflect upon their heinous crime.
If you say so, Chief.
I'll let you off on this occasion, though your actions were rather brazen. But if you break the code again, well, it's best I don't explain.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief Omna.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! I think you already know. And yet, I cannot help but nod. What has happened is rather odd.
Yes. No one's bonded with a monster without a kinship stone before.
The kinship stone surely does its part. Bonds rider to monster, heart to heart. The purity of the child's soul resonates and makes them whole. Though still young, you have potential to become a rider most influential.
You've got potential. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Hey, don't go getting ahead of yourself.
Yes, sir. Huh? The alarm. Is it a monster? Come on, we need to go.
Okay, cutscene. I'm going to explain this now. Thanks, Mega Eevee. I couldn't concentrate on the cutscene because of you. And Fawful, as far as I remember, you only made a single mistake, and that was in the Discord server, which you then immediately apologized for. And you clearly showed remorse for your actions as well. Your record's a lot cleaner than a lot of other people I could name in a lot of other communities. I have seen much worse behavior before. Also, hello Nargacuga.
What's that? A Nargacuga!
He was just trying to protect us.
Mama. Why? Why did this happen? I'll never forget.
So I'd like to point something out. Until Monster Hunter Stories, every Monster Hunter fan thought all Monster Hunter games would be the exact same. All the Monster Hunter games, the story would essentially be strong monster has appeared, go kill it. Stronger monster appeared, go kill that. That was until Stories came out, and the developers proved they can truly tell a compelling story. Don't play this game expecting the same bog standard story. This is not your typical Monster Hunter. A year has passed since the Nargacuga's attack. Hawkham Village is slowly rebuilding back to its former glory. Today is the day of the rite of kinship. It's the final step to becoming a rider. But what will you have to do? It has been an entire year since the Nargacuga attack. I would give you a tour, but we're gonna be roped into a bunch of stuff, I believe. Oh, okay, thank you. And honestly, if I were to describe Cheval, what makes you sad is what you learn. A very similar situation to Oliver from Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch. We don't know that much about Allie when she's killed, but we learn more, and then you would get sad. And this is where Cheval's house used to be. There has been a grave built in his mother's honor. Like I said, this is not your typical Monster Hunter. They actually just killed off a main character right at the start. It's been a whole year. The village is finally getting back to normal. But what about Vlao's son? What was his name? Ah yes, Cheval. He still does not quite seem himself. Oh, he lost his entire family. Of course he's not himself. I mean, he's still just a kid. Although I did hear he became a rider recently. So, before we progress further, I would like to say the lore around Monster Hunter as a series. Those that don't pay attention when playing the games might not notice this. Monster Hunter is a apocalyptic world. I know it doesn't seem like it. Humans were at the peak of evolution at one point. But then the monsters came. The monsters overpowered humanity. And it was seen as punishment for blatant overuse of technology. So now everyone tries to be more natural. You take just as much as you give from the environment. Hunters as a concept exist to protect the environment. Hunters don't take more than they give. Hunters only kill problematic monsters. Monsters that are going to destroy the ecosystem. Riders serve a very nice contrast. Riders befriend monsters, but they still accomplish the same goal. Riders are like hunters that work with monsters. Both sides are simply trying to preserve the ecosystem. And we can actually see a bunch of monsters around the place. That is true, Fawful, and kind of sad.
Oh, there you are. This is the day, huh? You finally get to become a rider. Your lifelong dream is coming true. You're going to do the rite of kinship and become a true rider, right? I still don't know what I want to do. I don't really want to be a rider. There must be something only I can do. I'm gonna give it a bit more thought. Oh! Cheval! Congratulations, Cheval! With your kinship stone on your hand, you look like a real rider now. Sleepyhead here is about to undergo the rite of kinship now. What do you do to forge a bond? Won't you tell us?
Bonds? I don't believe in them anymore.
Cheval, wait! I wanted us all to celebrate you guys becoming riders together. We haven't talked much since the incident a year ago. If one of us is missing, it'll feel weird. Come on, it's gotta be all of us together. He's being so cold. Well, I guess it's time to go. Chief Omna is waiting for you in the Hall of Rites. I'm sure you're going to be a fantastic rider. I'll be with you every step of the way.
All right. Here we go. So, there's not going to be a lot of action for a bit. As much as I can say this is a wonderful game, you should absolutely give a chance. It is plagued by the same problem as most of the games I love. The intro is slow. Yeah, that's the biggest issue. It's gonna be a while before we're actually free to do whatever we please. Welcome to the Hall of Rights.
Ah, there you are, today's young star. A year on from that fateful day. Upon reflection, let me say, your bonding with that Rathalos puts you amongst the Monsty pros. As a rider, you have the right stuff to grow and learn and be super tough. But there's still a lot to do to make a rider out of you. The greatest riders never rest in their fight to be the best.
Like me, and I'll be there to help out whenever you need. You hear?
But first, there's something we must do. The right of kinship awaits you. For this, there is something you need to allow your potential to be freed. The rider's symbol, and ours alone. The bond forger. The kinship stone. By this stone, your hearts are bound. And with your Monsty, kinship found.
Monsty! I thought of that. A monster who is your bestie. Get it?
Each stone is special. One of a
Shut
kind.
up, Dan.
Keep yours close to
I'll
heart
get
and
to you in a
mind.
moment.
All right. Now check out over here. These are monster eggs. If you manage to hatch one, it'll be your Monsty.
Now hold up high your kinship stone. An egg will hatch, and a Monsty be known.
I'd just like to say, I wasn't gonna bring it up until after this cutscene, but yes, the old man does only speak in haikus
Now
or
then,
rhymes.
shall we? Oh, sacred kinship stone. Ha! Show us your power!
The VOD won't have this problem, by the way. It's still recording despite all of that.
Rebirth is nigh! Unleash your cry!
On the socks, the egg just started moving.
Okay. We might be good. We'll find out
Awesome!
soon enough.
A lively egg. It's really quite the powder keg.
Huh?
Oi! Don't just stand there! Get after that egg!
Serves you right, Dan. Why is it cutting?
That really hurt. Hey!
Oh.
Who the heck are you? Huh? Oh, I'm forgetting my manners. I should introduce myself first, huh? I am a wandering feline hero. Name, Bending.
Oi! You messed up the ritual!
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just walking by and exactly then saw this exceptional egg.
So what you're saying is... you were hungry.
Heroes never get hungry!
Look, we're kind of doing a ceremony here, so get lost. Shoot!
Oh. That's rude, dude! Just who do you think you're talking to, huh, pal?
That's quite a spine on this feline. Now what to do? May I leave it to you?
Yes, sir.
Marvelous. Now here's the deal. First the ritual, then your meal.
Food? For real? Aw, you're the best! Sweet! Then it's settled. I'll stick around and lend you a helping paw. I've navigated all around the world, so I know lots of useful stuff. And since I'm so knowledgeable, call me Naviru.
I'm gonna have to do so much
Food
extra
equals a
recording
complete
later.
180.
You were in the middle of a ritual, right? I'll help you out.
It looks like this feline is here to stay. So, let's get the ritual back underway. Oh, sacred stone. Awaken!
Before I explain this, I'm going to give my thoughts on Chief Omna and Dan. Let this be a lesson to all you kids. It is in fact possible to be too positive. That's what Dan is. He gets on my nerves because he is way too positive. Anyway, the egg card. When you get a new monster egg, you can hatch it in the egg card. You can also form new eggs from egg fragments. We're not gonna be able to do that for a long time. Now, there is no rhyme or reason to this. In the original, I thought the bonuses you get was based on where you tapped. That is not true. Those bonuses on the left there are entirely random. This ensures my Velocidrome will not be like your Velocidrome. To compare it to Pokemon, it would be like, I forget which one it is, Eevees and Ivies, whichever one of those the Pokemon starts with. That's why my Velocidrome will be nothing like yours. Now, I will be naming monsters. Okay, yeah, it's Ivies. But, actually, scratch that, I won't. Not unless I really like the monster. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's Ivies. Just think of them like IVs.
Oh, this deserves congratulation, and maybe even a standing ovation. You did well to form a kinship bond with this monster of whom you are so fond. Now you've a monstie stood by your side. Care for it well, as is a rider's pride.
Riders forming kinship with monsters, a tradition older than time. And an old man who speaks only in rhyme. Now I'm doing it too. Awesome!
Not you two. Ugh. In any case, the ceremony isn't over just yet. A kinship stone must be purified before it can reveal its hidden power. You have to cleanse the kinship stone in the waterfall at the Mount Pondry Caves. If you can't pass this trial, you won't be allowed to complete the ceremony. So, kiddo, will you accept this challenge?
All right!
That's the correct answer! Awesome! Come to the village gate when you've made your preparations.
Okay then. So, now that we're gonna start getting into battle soon, I'm going to explain how the death counter works. You have obtained a monster, but the rite of kinship is far from over. Now you must head to the Mount Pondry Caves and immerse the kinship stone given to you by Chief Omna in the water there. But what could be waiting in the cave? One other thing. Up to rarity 1. I'm going to explain this real quick. Rarity on your kinship stone determines something that I won't explain now. But just know, when the rarity comes up, that means you are at the end of a chapter. This game operates in chapters. When the rarity goes up, you're at the end of the chapter, and usually you'll be given the opportunity to save. Fawful, there's only 3 hearts. And besides, the idea is not to lose any hearts.
So this place is your house, huh? Let's take a peep inside. I'd love to see what you got going on in there.
The first facility we have at our disposal at home base is our house. There's not many useful features here. Okay. The bed is a save point. That's it. In regular Monster Hunter, the bed usually serves as a quick way to heal. The chest allows us to change our appearance. And would you look at this? We can change our body type and appearance. At any time, I can decide, I'm a guy now. Nothing you did on that menu was permanent. Did I... Okay. Then we have armor color. Usually armor will have 2 different colors. You can change them here. I'll be leaving armor on the default for the most part for a while. Then we have Naviru's outfits. If you're playing the Nintendo Switch, PC, or PS4 versions of this game, you will start out with all of the DLC outfits. Try not to look through these. Some of these are kind of spoilers. Nothing below Silver Star is safe. Naviru, I'm gonna outfit him with the Rider's outfit. Then we have the gallery. This is just a way to review some cutscenes. And speaking of which, why don't we go over Naviru? For those that have never played a Monster Hunter game before, Naviru is a race called Palico. Or I suppose it would be more accurate to say feline. Yes, that is genuinely what they're called. Felines have 2 factions. The Melinxes, I believe, and Palicos. Palicos coexist alongside humans, and usually hunters are assigned a Palico to assist them. Melinxes only live for themselves and are usually petty thieves. They're criminals. There is one other race to know about in the Monster Hunter world, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Just know, you, the player, are of the human race. Yes, there is another human-like race that you'll need to worry about. Next up, the courier. It's a mailbox. When you mess with someone online, it hasn't been revealed how yet, you will get their rider card. That's how you access them. It's basically a friends list. Speaking of... No, not that. This is my rider card. You can edit your rider card to various things. You can change your title. You can change what appears on the pose, and you can even change the scene. Monster Hunter puzzles. We even have Kimura Village here. A Rathalos in the real world. There's various things. Volstrax. This is an undeniably cool monster. Yeah, you get the idea. It's basically a multiplayer thing.
Well.
I'll show it off if I have the chance. Alright, and now we're told how to open the main menu using X. Rider's notes are essentially tutorial. If you want to review a tutorial, that's where you do it. Say you've forgotten something. That's how you look at the tutorial again. Now then, weapon class. You can see we are currently using... I can't access my equipment yet. We are using a weapon class known as the Great Sword. Great Swords hit hard. They hit very hard and are actually quite defensive. It does. Well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Check
The
it.
grip.
There's a helpless Aptonoth just over there. Go get him, Tiger.
Let's get this show on the road, buddy. Feel free to ask if you need directions.
My dog wouldn't stop scratching on the door. All right. So the Great Sword is a weapon class that hits hard and can help protect you in times of need. Think of it as a more powerful but riskier version of Sword and Shield. And in my opinion, it is the perfect weapon to start the player off with. Believe it or not, I do not consider Sword and Shield to be the best weapon for a new player in this game. Alright. Combat in this game. How good are you at rock, paper, scissors?
Nice.
Your main goal in any battle is to win head-to-heads. If you happen to choose a superior attack type, you will win the head-to-head. Shut up. Well, I couldn't back out. No. Speaking of, you can press the minus button to speed up the battle. It starts to get glitchy at 3 times speed though, so I would use that with caution. So now, before going into depth on what happens when you win them, you need to know how to win them. Every monster has a set attack pattern. If you know the monster, you know how the battle's going to end. Aptonoth, for instance, only use power attacks. You win head-to-head by paying attention. You need to pay attention, and you'll eventually learn a monster's attack patterns.
Yeah!
This combat system is essentially the same combat system as Monster Hunter, but translated into turn-based combat. It's all about learning the attack patterns. We never actually got to see what happens when you win a head-to-head there. Shut up. Everyone knows how items work. When you win a head-to-head, you will get 2 things. But the most important thing right now is you will get, I believe, a ×3 damage multiplier. It might be a ×2. Now on to something that could actually pose a threat to us. Velociraptor. prey will only ever use speed.
Nice.
There is no guesswork with them. They only use speed. So, by winning a head-to-head, we gain kinship gauge. You might be wondering what it's used for. That is not something we can take advantage of right now. Just know you want a lot of it. Now, that little indicator right there is going to tell you who the monster is attacking. You trigger a head-to-head by attacking someone that's attacking you. I refuse to allow Dan to have the privilege of giving me a proper tutorial. I just don't like him. I cannot like a character. Alright? And now we're going to be teleported over to Mount Pondry Caves.
This is as far as I can take you. You gotta handle the rest on your own. Just get to the Room of Trials and purify your kinship stone. Easy, right? Oh, one more thing. I'll teach you this awesome skill I know. It's called Cheer. Riders can learn all kinds of nifty skills. I know you're not officially riders yet, but you might want to try using Cheer to get used to how skills work. Okay, be careful in there. I'll see you back at the village, kiddo. This is the last part of the ritual. Then, you'll be a full-fledged rider. Good luck.
Alright. Cheer sheet. Sheets are how you get new skills. The rider can technically... Oh, for the record, I will be referring to the player as the rider from this point onward. The rider can learn new skills by leveling up. However, none of these skills are really that good. The good skills are the ones that are weapon specific. And now we're finally getting the gathering tutorial. Should be pretty obvious. Like, if you see an A button prompt, maybe you should press it. Now, important note about gatherings. All of this stuff I just collected will respawn after reloading the area. Chests don't. Chests are a one-time thing. Now, the battle pouch. You can only hold 10 different items at any given time during a battle. And there's a limit on how many. I'm going to carry everything on me. You can also have different battle pouch sets. That will come later. It'll be much more helpful later, trust me. But outside of battle, you can use any item you want. Unfortunately, you cannot use skills outside of battles. And here Naviru is telling us about the battle pouch. You're late, buddy. Then we have surprise attacks. If you've played an RPG, you're familiar with them. Okay, so the reason why you want to increase your kinship gauge. Skills will use kinship. Cheer doesn't use any, but it's the only skill that doesn't use any kinship. All skills require you have some kinship built up. That's why you want to win head-to-heads. It's much better to win a head-to-head than do massive damage. Unless your kinship gauge is full. Oh! The Velocidrome there is using a skill! Why is it doing that again? Can I not record this or something? Okay. When a Monstie will use their skill without you telling them, it won't cost any kinship. It's kind of to account for the fact that you can't control them. I have not given a single order to my Velociraptor. Yep, your partner acts of their own volition. So, something important to keep in mind. There is no difference between the 3 attacks. Yeah. There is no power difference. There is no damage difference. Just use whatever one you like most if you can't get a head-to-head off. Depending on the weapon, I either go for speed or I go for a technical. Now, I guess a minor note that I should bring up, but I think it's pretty obvious to anybody watching this. The enemies can back attack you. Back attacking basically means you get one free turn to do whatever. And would you look at that? Velocitron is doing a lot more damage than us. Okay, time for the talk. Monsters are a lot stronger than you. Period. Most of the damage that you will be cranking out in a battle is going to come from your monster, not you. The rider is primarily in charge of support, making sure the monster stays alive. Now, this is strange. Can't really use it yet, though. Alright. Oh, would you look at that? We got a little pig. Hello, piggy. Huh? Hey, look! A boogie! How'd the little porker get all the way out here? These are collectibles. There are 100 lost Poogies in the world. Every 10 will net you a new item. You can see the rewards back at Hockham Village in case you think you'd like to go out collecting. I do not know if this is going to be a 100% playthrough. I'm just going to say that now. It might not, but it might be. Depends on how invested I get. This is a mostly blind playthrough. I should have probably added that in the title. Conchus primarily use technical attacks, and now we have a double attack. Alright, double attacks. I was waiting for a situation like that to come up. Double attacks are initiated when both you and your monster do the same attack and win a head-to-head. It has to be on the same enemy. Just keep that in mind. Same enemy, same attack. And winning the head-to-head. If all conditions are met, you do a double attack. A double attack cancels out the target's turn. It's not just some fancy move. It has actual practicality. When you can get it off, you should be doing a double attack. It cancels out the target's turn. Not only that, but a double attack will double the kinship gained from it. And the attack itself combines both your attack with your monsters. Also, Poogie. got some binoculars. I swear there was a blue chest. Guess not. Alright. I won't be going over every single item, just the ones of note, because there's a lot of items. It should be pretty obvious what herbs do. They're healing items. What'd you expect? Armor skins will increase a party member's defense for 3 turns. In a boss fight, you should probably pack these, but I can think of another item that would be better. Adamant seeds are just weaker versions of that. Binoculars tell you a monster's strengths and weaknesses. This is a must-have for boss fights.
This is it. This is the sacred spring. All right, put the stone in. Awesome! Now you're a 100% fully certified real-life rider. Come on, buddy. Let's head back to the village. Adventure awaits. Ride on!
Yeah, adventure awaits indeed. Also, McEvie, you're right. This game originally... Okay, now we're getting the tutorial on level and rarity. The higher your rarity, the stronger the monsters you can put in your party. What does that mean? You'll have to find out. The Velocidrome is a rarity 1 monster. The higher the rarity, the stronger the monster. Your Velocidrome is not a starter Pokemon. It is not a Pokemon or a monster that can be raised to be super powerful. No. And believe me, I was disappointed in that too. You will come across stronger variants of the Velocidrome that are absolutely worth putting in your party. But yeah, no, this game was originally on the 3DS, but then it moved over to the Apple Store. Then it was removed until this game was announced.
My whiskers are tingling. I can feel a weird presence around here.
Bosses work a little differently. If the monster is targeting your monster, if they're not low on health, I'm going to give you the advice, use the same attack as them. Bosses are not as predictable as they first appear. A lot of them tend to change up their patterns on a whim. Oh, one other thing. If you notice there is no head-to-head markers, it means the monster is not going to attack. It's going to use a skill. So in this scenario, let's use a binocular. Spike bomb. It's weak to electricity, we have no way of hitting electricity, but it has a tendency to use speed attacks. Your Velocidrome will always switch between speed and power attacks. So by that logic, you should use attack. Alright, Fawful. Alright. This is why you want to be gaining in kingship. Right on. When you use the right on button, you are in complete control of your monster, and your monster will be fully healed and cured of all status ailments. You can use, well, not in this game, but in the sequel, you can use your monster skills with little to no work. My tip for you, win the head-to-heads. If you lose too many, you're going to be knocked off of your monster. Also, if your monster is killed while you're on it. Now by winning head-to-heads, your kinship level will increase. Oh, perfect opportunity. Level 3 is the strongest. We're gonna use a kinship skill. Velocirush. When a monster is knocked down, by the way, every hit is a critical. Anyway, essentially, a kinship skill is a ultimate attack. It's the most powerful attack at your disposal. I really hate that cutting.
There goes the Nargacuga with its tail between its legs. And don't come back! My inspired advice led you to victory. Did it get your whiskers twitching? And, yeah, I guess you were pretty cool too. Maybe. We'd better head back and check in at the village. Yeah! Right on, buddy!
So, that was the end of the prologue.